The following interview is brought to you by local State Farm agent Chris Pettit. Call Chris at 724-532-2100 or visit his website at www.chrispettit.com. A good neighbor with great auto rates. That's your local State Farm agent, Chris Pettit. Welcome back to the Wildcats Network, as I'm now joined by head coach Ron Prady, head of their Week 1 game against the Plum Mustangs on Friday night for the home opener at Memorial Stadium. Coach, now that you guys are 1-0 after your 41-0 win on Connellsville, you guys pretty much controlled the game from the second quarter on. I know that you guys were itching to get back on the field, so how did it feel ultimately to start the game and control the game from the second quarter on?
Well, that's kind of what we wanted to do, is establish some dominance up front, which I thought we did on the defensive line, and we were able to run the ball effectively, on the offensive side of the ball. And we got 3 new starters up front, so we were looking to see how those guys stepped up and played on Friday, and I thought each of them played pretty well. There's room for improvement for sure, but the key was we played great defense all night, and you can win a lot of games that way.
You mentioned the week prior that there were still position battles that were still waiting to figure out. Vince Gasky made a claim in the secondary on Friday, potentially for a spot. 2 interceptions for him. And I know his story is kind of cool that he was hurt last year, comes back, and he gets a chance to start on Friday, opening night. Just talk about the progression of Vince throughout the summer and ultimately how he's battled back to where he is today.
Well, for Vince, it was never physically with him, is he ready to play. He's a great athlete. He's a phenomenal athlete. As good an athlete as we probably have on our team. For him, it's mental, and with him, it's confidence. And so for Vince to get that, first game under his belt, play really well, come down with 2 picks, I think it'll do wonders for his confidence going forward. And we're going to need Vince to make plays for us offensively and defensively to be who we want to be. So we're looking for huge things out of him as the year progresses.
And you guys had 6 takeaways on Friday, 4 interceptions, headlined by John Wetzel's pick 6 9 seconds into the game, and Alex Tash's interception that was caused by John Wetzel, which resulted in Alex Tash lying down on the ground for an easy interception. What do those turnovers do, not only for the defensive unit to maybe apply more pressure, but also for the offense to up the score?
Well, you see where a lot of them ended up were on our plus side of the field. So even if John doesn't score there, we're set up with great field position. Alex's, we were set up in great field position. Vince's, both of them, the fumble that Luke Tomko picked up, caused by Izzy McMahon in the third quarter, was set up by, sets us up for great field position. So they're game changers, and we stress them every day in practice, and we feel like if we get 3 turnovers, we win the turnover battle, we're going to win the game. And that was the case on Friday against Connellsville.
And in the offensive side of the ball, it necessarily wasn't the perfect start for you guys in that first quarter, but again, it seemed like from the second quarter on, you guys just controlled the game both on offense and defense. First off, is that necessarily kind of shaking off the rust a little bit on the offensive side of the ball?
I think a little bit. It was more so just the 2 turnovers that hurt us, that both probably took away scores. We were both in, one was in the red zone, one was just outside. So, John made a poor choice to throw that ball. He knows it, and he'll learn from it. And Jack just has to take better care of the football after the catch. And same with him. He'll learn. He'll get better. But I think you take away those turnovers. I think we ended up with 3 penalties in the game. 2 of them on the very first play of the game, on both of the Tashes, and they'll fix that. So as far as the turnovers, we got to eliminate those, or minimize those, and the penalties are something that we'll continue to work on.
What did you think of the adjustments on offense after the first quarter? It's because, again, it did seem like once the first quarter ended, you guys ran the ball as well as you have over the past 2+ years.
Yeah, I think part of that had to do with first game, kind of getting the speed of the game down a little bit. Part of it had to do with playing 3 new offensive linemen, a couple guys out there at the receiver spot that Andy played a bunch last year, but some of the other guys didn't. So it's just kind of getting your feet under you. That's why this first game, you expect it, some mistakes, you try to minimize them, but I look for us to be a lot better this week, after getting that first game out of the way.
Home opener tonight against the Plum Mustangs. It's still non-section game. Plum lost big on Friday. They're going to come out hungry in this game. What will be key in order to get to 2-0 to start the year?
Well, I think a fast start again. Hopefully we can jump on top quick and get some momentum, and that's always a huge help for us. And to play great defense again. We pride ourselves on the defense and being physical, being fast, and playing downhill. So hopefully mix a couple turnovers in there with that, and run the ball effectively, and hopefully we'll be in good shape.
Coach, thank you, and best of luck against the Mustangs.
Thank you, guys.